A reflection on attending Lutheran church service in person in March 2025 and April 2025. Today is Sunday, 6 April 2025, and here I, Tanis, she, her, hers of Seattle, reflect on what it was like attending Lutheran Christianity denomination church service in person in March 2025 and April 2025. Both church services I attended in person, Sunday 23 March 2025 and Sunday 6 April 2025 at the same church, First Lutheran Church of Richmond Beach in Shoreline, Washington State. So the bulk of my childhood I spent attending a Presbyterian church, and I went to, before that, at the same time but that was for church, and I attended preschool at First Lutheran Preschool, which is physically at First Lutheran Church of Richmond Beach, is where I went this Sunday, earlier today, and then 2 Sundays before. And I'm just gonna go through some of the logistics. It's not a church service that I grew up with, so these are some of the things that kind of have stood out to me. Pastors, I'm aware there's more than one pastor at the church. However, both weeks it's been the head pastor, lead pastor, not sure what the correct term is there, John Bjorg. Communion, so there's a chip in wine with white grape juice, red wine, white grape juice, and I've gotten the red wine each time. the week I went in March, and I like drank it and was like, whoa, that's actual wine. I hadn't had alcohol in like years, for real. So I was like, whoa, I am of drinking age, do not worry. For both services, I was 32 years of age, so it's formal, and they have people who like hold the chips and hold the wine and grape juice, and then hold the tray to put the glass back of the wine or grape juice. So they have people there, and there's a communion altar with cushions on the ground for kneeling. I'm like, and it's every week, communion every week. I was like, I did not grow up with that. So that's one that's like, I get my 30 calories of communion, very small, like cracker in like thimbleful of red wine. I get fed and drunk, so to speak. Okay, the church setup. Communion's at the front. There's 2 music setups, one at the front and one kind of up into the back. If you've ever seen the movie Love Actually, where they have the wedding and then there's like the musicians pop up at the back, or like kind of behind the seating, it's like that. Which was the one in March. I was like, they started singing, they started the music back there, and I was like, it's Love Actually. Who am I marrying here? Okay. And so like it's in music leads in to the session, and then it's throughout the session, and then kind of leads out of the session. So that's very cool. It's very music oriented, but very music inclusive, which has been very cool too. Like we get to kind of take part in it, but it also creates like an atmosphere of just kind of like warmth, and the church is kind of warm, not like hot, but like I was like, I don't need my thermals when I went today. I was like, I might sweat, so that kind of thing. They have printed programs, so this is the one from the 3rd Sunday in Lent. I did put this in my article notes. There's full text pages, though the text can contain normal English words, but it can also contain like sheet music with lyrics, hymns with, is there a technical term here? I'm rusty, if there is. Did I know it in the first place? So this is the 3rd Sunday in Lent one, and then this is the 5th Sunday in Lent one, and which was from today, and we got name tags, so I decided to hold on to my name tag and put it on the back. Yes, and they include, it has like the gospel readings and then stuff about the church and stuff like that. Miracle diagnosis. So I came up with a miracle diagnosis inspired by the sermons. A sermon for Sunday 23 March 2025. I was like, oh, diabetes. Like if I get it, it's God has meant it for me to get it. And I was like, do I have anything new on that or to build on that this week, 6th April 2025, I was like, diabetes type 1, because a lot of the stuff and like reading about it and distinguishing between the two, I was like, diabetes type 1 is more of a fit, if only for the hypoglycemia bit, which is low blood sugar. In person versus online, I enjoy both. I actually got my chip at communion today from the pastor. Yes, he's a charismatic guy. I enjoy both. I both this time and last time, since this is about the going in person. Each time I've gone, I have watched and found myself on the video. It's been posted on YouTube. Right, that they do live streams. So I've gone and watched the live stream after. And I've gotten better about being consistent and watching those each Sunday. So I double up. It's like a 3 to 4 hour commitment when I go in person if I watch it online afterwards as well. And then am I going to go back? Well, so I broke in these today at church. These are my Brooks Rebel 7 for running training. But I haven't worn them out on the road yet. And these were my my Brooks Launch 10 that I'm using for running training. So I need to figure out, I was like thinking, which one do I wear out to lunch or brunch or whatever? And so I was like, maybe I should go in like to church while I'm rotating them in actual like on the road usage and see, do these smell? Okay, can I wear them to church? At a restaurant, there's food to cover the smell. Can I wear them to church? This kind of stuff. But I decided, so if I go back, maybe like the next week or two, if I go back, think about rotating the shoes like I'm rotating with running. And you know what Brooks has to say about it? Let's run there. I'm like, well, Brooks, if you're watching this, the shoe company, thank you for being supportive of running training and running shoes being incorporated into my return to church service, because before the March 2025 one, I hadn't been to church since the 2010s decade in person. Okay. So that's a reflection on attending Lutheran church service in person in March 2025 and April 2025.